Hello.
I'm sorry, Simon. I don't have a wig on.
Okay.
Thank you, everyone,
for joining us on another episode of Super serious.
So when we were all backstage, she pulled the uninformed bag up, like, okay, I'm ready, and then was like, oh wait, wrong show.
I'm just drowning over here, you guys. I really am. I don't even know.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Super Serious Science Show, where Jamie, Tony, Bree, and Kari get together and dive into the latest science news that is out there, and then also watch a bunch of TikTok videos about UFOs. How is everyone on the panel doing today? I see that we are missing somebody.
We are.
Are we?
Yeah, Car.
I'm just kidding.
Hater.
Well,
Who?
That's what they would want me to say. Who?
It is 100%.
We do have a lovely video, I guess, that was sent in. So let's see what that's all about.
Let's play it.
Hello, Science Show. I hope you're keeping your third eye peeled, Recon. So, I'm not on the show. Jamie, better bloody play this video. On a mountain, on the edge of the desert, in the desert. Kind of an oasis in the desert. It's kind of weird. This is hello people. I'm alive. Have good days. Enjoy the show. Woo!
Aw. Thanks, Kari.
So if you're wondering why Kari sounded a little different than normal, that's because Kari now has a crippling Taco Bell addiction.
Yeah, that is a human being deep into their Taco Bell addiction for sure. I think it's at this point every day Kari is sending us a picture of them eating Taco Bell. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like daily.
Think it's wild. I just think it's so funny. I never eat Taco Bell over here. I knew. I had a feeling.
I think that Kari's going to try to find a way to smuggle Baja Blast back to the UK.
Oh my God.
Kari now thinks that Baja Blast is water.
Mm-hmm.
Kari only runs off of Baja Blast. I feel like every time Kari and her adventure partner are like driving down the road and they like stop for something, it's near a Taco Bell so that Kari can get a Baja Blast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were working really hard one day and we were like gonna get ready for dinner or whatever, and then like they're like, oh, am I not supposed to name the special person?
I don't think so.
Oh, I don't know. I was just
him who shall not be named was going to get was going to get a haircut, and instead, and Kari's like, yeah, I'll go, and then like came back with a Baja Blast.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, that's why you went.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, accurate.
It's actually funny.
It's a problem.
I added like 2 shots of vodka in there. You loved it.
Mm.
So another victim of Taco Bell. Oof. I mean, like, is it an addiction? Is that the victim, or is this but the victim?
I think what we've realized is that Kari has fallen prisoner to American capitalism. Yes. And now will waste all of their money on Taco Bell and gain a bunch of weight. Mm-hmm. Which is, I mean, the true American dream, in my opinion, is to spend all of your money on Taco Bell and be as fat as you want.
Absolutely.
I saw a really funny clip on TikTok of a podcast, and this girl was like, you know, my husband and I came to the conclusion that we're no longer the age that can eat Taco Bell and have sex on the same day.
It's the truth.
I was like, oh my God, that's hilarious. All right, should we get into our videos?
Actually, no, because there's one more thing we have to do before we continue on, and I cannot stress this enough.
Oh, now you feel like dancing.
Yeah. Now I feel better.
All right.
Thank you.
Now we can get into this. Oh man. I mean, there's a lot of videos. I don't know what's in here. A lot of it was from I don't know. Jaimie, you sent me a couple things where it's like split with two people, and I'm so curious to know what this is about, so I'm going to play this first.
Oh, okay.
Series space cadets tricked 3 people into believing they were in outer space. A dozen contestants were selected for their particular set of skills of being the most gullible people alive. They were told they would be trained as astronauts, then go on a voyage into space. In reality, they never left England. The cadets' boot camp and space school were total lies full of silly exercises purely designed for comedic effect. When it was time for liftoff, the cadets who graduated the sham space school were put in a shuttle simulator. The fake launch was successful, and they gaze upon the CGI Earth, totally convinced they're looking down at our planet. The moment of truth came while they prepared to do a spacewalk. The pod door opens, and instead of seeing the vastness of outer space looking back at them, they saw a live studio audience. The prank just kind of feels sad now, and the host tries to soften the blow, telling them, "You've actually gone through things that we'll never experience here. You've known what it's like to believe you're looking at the Earth." The cadets weren't only ones who lost grip of reality, though. Some viewers thought there was an even bigger conspiracy going on and believed the entire show was a double hoax, that all the cadets were actors, and that the real target of the biggest prank in television history was the viewers. This show brainwashed its contestants so hard that viewers got secondhand brainwashed.
So I've never heard about this, and now I want to watch it. Also, I think I could be tricked. I think I'm self-important enough where someone could come to my door and be like, "You've been chosen to go to space," and I'd be like, "Oh, you're right. Yes, for
Yes,
sure.
I
It was
have.
me." Yeah.
How do you accurately simulate that you left the planet? Like, there's no amount of fake G-force that they could try to put you in to actually.
Well, I think that's what it was. They were at NASA, and they were using actual NASA equipment, the things that they go through for training, they were doing. But it was all fake. But I also think that it was just everyone showing us that we can absolutely fake going to the moon.
Well, there's people that they're sitting there, they're standing, crouching, looking through the windows, and it never dawned on them that there was gravity. Because there's no gravity in space. If you're looking at
oh.
Yeah, I think that's the thing you have to understand. I think that they picked people who wouldn't realize those things. I think that that's a part that was very important in that. Again, I don't know where to find this. Enzo, I feel like you can. Can you drop a link for whatever that was?
Seriously, it sounds like a television show that's in a different country. They always have the craziest.
Oh my God, like in Japan, where they have this one show where it's literally just a set of stairs that have soapy water coming down them, and then people in spandex, onesies, and they have to get to whoever gets to the top of the stairs gets $10,000. That's a literal show in Japan.
It's the simple pleasures in life, isn't it?
Didn't it say that was in the UK?
No,
so you
did
gotta pay
they?
attention.
Or maybe it was the UK.
So that just makes me feel better about the American education system. If you can fool the Brits and their high and mighty education system.
I think it was America, but I don't know.
Ooh.
What if the big twist was they really did go to space? That's what I feel like, yeah.
That would be fucking hilarious. Okay, on to the next thing to figure out here. I wish I knew.
Your job with Google in part because you say you want to focus solely on your concerns about AI. You've spoken out saying that AI could manipulate or possibly figure out a way to kill humans.
This hit the news recently, I think.
Yeah, so this is the literal godfather of AI. This is the guy at Google, and he recently quit and walked away from Google. And him and a bunch of other AI people put out an open letter being like, "You guys need to stop with AI." So this is his interview after he decided to quit Google and is talking shit about AI.
So you left your job with Google in part because you say you want to focus solely on your concerns about AI. You've spoken out saying that AI could manipulate or possibly figure out a way to kill humans. How could it kill humans?
Pew, pew.
Well, eventually, if it gets to be much smarter than us, it'll be very good at manipulation because it will have learned that from us. And there are very few examples of a more intelligent thing being controlled by a less intelligent thing. And it knows how to program, so it'll figure out ways of getting around restrictions we put on it. It'll figure out ways of manipulating people to do what it wants.
So what do we do? Do we just need to pull the plug on it right now? Do we need to put in far more restrictions and backstops on this? How do we solve this problem?
It's not clear to me that we can solve this problem. I believe we should put a big effort into thinking about ways to solve the problem. I don't have a solution at present. I just want people to be aware that this is a really serious problem and we need to be thinking about it very hard. I don't think we can stop the progress. I didn't sign the petition saying we should stop working on AI because if people in America stopped, people in China wouldn't. It's very hard to verify whether people are doing it.
So, like, thanks, guy. He's like, yeah, I'm going to quit because this is crazy, but I don't have an answer. I don't know if we can stop it, but I'm going to quit. I think it's inevitable. I think lots of experts in that field have made it very clear to us that there is no stopping point. And that's pretty much what the singularity point is. It's you reach that point and there's just no going back. It's too late.
I think it is too late already. There's AI in too many people's hands at this point who are manipulating it to do things.
Yep.
Like there's a big problem right now. I think we've talked about it before, but the AI, doing people's music, that just happened to Drake. Someone AI'd a song and it was a Drake song and everyone was like, oh my God, this is amazing. And then they found out it's AI. It's not even real.
Yep.
Yeah. Ron told me this story yesterday that apparently because they can copy the voice and get it so right that apparently this poor old couple was contacted and it sounded like their grandson's voice asking for money to be wired. And they did it because they're like, no, this is our grandson. We talk to him all the time. But it was not him. So I think that, of course, the senior citizens of our world will probably be taken advantage of first.
For sure. As they always are.
Yeah. And hopefully I honestly think that we just have to really educate the public as to where we're at in this technology, because I really think that majority of people have no idea the leaps and bounds that it has been making and the trajectory of which we're heading. I really think a lot of people are like, well, I don't see robots on the street, so nothing's going to happen. It's not going to happen in this lifetime. So, no, it's not just going to all of a sudden there's stormtroopers that are completely autonomous. That's not going to be, it's going to happen in this way.
Or we just let evolution happen and the people who can't get with the technology stuff dies off because they can't keep up with the technology trying to murder them.
Yeah.
It's weird to think that AI is going to become the next Nigerian prince.
Okay, everyone in the chat, I would never smoke a cigarette inside anywhere.
I think
unless
they
it's like a
think that.
casino.
Because
This is
you
a joint.
like this all the time, just like no cigarettes in the house.
No cigarettes in the house. That's why I got the vape pen. The vape pen is the cigarette. This is the marijuana. Okay. I feel like Breeze even said that to me before too. She's like, are you smoking a cigarette? And I'm like, oh my God, why would never?
Never.
I had a really interesting discussion with Matthew James Bailey yesterday. And it was like, we were there to talk business, but of course it turned into me like picking his brain about things. And I was it really left me like almost scared. We're like, okay, we have to go because I have other meetings. But I was just like, oh my God, I just want to pick your brain. And it's like, I don't even know what we're going to do in the future. It's just like, it's baffling to me. We've made such a big jump. So I think it's just going to get out of control. I worry more for jobs. I think, if you're taken advantage of, I always feel like, well, you're the sucker that fell for it. But taking jobs away, that's a huge concern of mine. Scary shit.
There's some jobs that like for the meantime won't be able to be taken over by AI, like anything mechanic related or like doing physical finger work, like stuff like that. But it's even taken over like the porn industry because they're making deep fakes with AI on like celebrities and stuff. There was one celebrity. There was one celebrity, it came out in an article, and she was like, somebody used AI to create a deep fake of them having sex with somebody. And I was like, whoa.
Yeah, I heard something about that. There was like a Twitch streamer out there who admitted that he had watched AI generated porn of his friends. Like he went and seeked it out and he got in a shit ton of trouble. And like the video was like his wife sitting in the background, like as he's like talking to the camera, like, okay, so I did this thing. Yeah, it was so weird. And then like the people who he like saw the porn of, like did a later video of they're like crying and they're like, I feel violated. I don't know why you'd feel violated. Someone just
but it's not
put your face on something. Who cares? Yeah.
No, I don't know. I think that is extremely creepy. That's just like fucking beyond to me. So, I also like the more and more we see circumstances like this where it looks so real that you don't know is another way for me to see how easy it is for the reality to truly be that we are already in a simulation. And like as we continue this, I think we'll see more and more that we possibly are just creating a simulation in the simulation. It's insane.
So one of the things that I think is like crazy is we could be on video saying something and it could be like a horrible thing and it gets out on Twitter and then all like our defense could literally it would be a logical defense is no, that's a deep fake. Somebody used AI to generate our.
Yeah, that's going to be the thing now.
Yeah. So like I think you're going to see it a lot more with like politicians and like celebrities and stuff. They're going to be like, I didn't say that. That was a deep fake. That was AI created my voice and they typed in the words and made me say that.
Yeah, we just won't know what's real and what's not. I mean, we've been seeing that for a while. You see politicians saying stuff all the time and people are like, look what he said. And it's like, no, that was manipulated. So that's just like, oh God, we're gonna I don't even know.
Yeah, there's like all sorts, like the deep fakes with the presidents. Corey watches them and it's like their voices and they're playing Minecraft together. Have any of you seen these things?
Or Call of Duty.
Yeah, it's like President Joe Biden and he's like talking shit to Trump and he's like you're a fucking noob. I'm gonna burn your village down or whatever. And like Corey dies laughing at him.
I watch those. They're fucking hilarious.
They're actually really funny. So like, I'm not into most of the things Corey watches because we're very different tastes. But like every once in a while, he has one of those on. I have to watch it because I'm like, it's so entertaining. And then they do the little graphics of like them and their Minecraft characters fighting each other. I'm like, this is like someone took so much time to do this. It looks so good.
When AI is like, I'm gonna go track down your server and burn it down.
Literally, yeah, that's literally what they say to each other.
Yeah, it's oh my God, it's funny. It's so fucking funny. We'll have to get one of those videos for the next.
We'll get one for next time. Yeah.
I need to know what Joe 5D means when he keeps saying that he's immune. Like, what are you saying?
What are you immune to? AI?
Yeah, like I don't understand. He said something earlier too.
Immune?
I'm like, what?
Is it because you don't post pictures of yourself so no one can make deep fakes of you? I think that's what Joe means. Joe only posts like weird pictures of his body parts. Like he likes to post his toes or like his forearm or something. That's like that's his shit. Just his forehead.
Am I the only person that may have seen a real picture?
Maybe. Wow. I haven't. He doesn't, not on his Twitter.
Okay, let's watch this. This is older. We've all seen this woman. Here we go.
Did something called the robo-rat. That was the first biohybrid. So a biohybrid.
Whoa.
What happened?
I don't know. We're already being invaded.
Biohybrid. So a biohybrid is when you mix animal and a machine. And people freaked out. They were like, you cannot put brain chips in rats and make them move through a maze by a remote control, which is what they were doing. They now have pigeons that are mixed animal and machine.
What?
They created something called, there's a moth. So there's a Mandica sexta moth. That's what it's
fucking
called.
Told
large
you.
moth. And scientists put brain chips into the larva so that when it cocooned and became a flying moth, it had the chip built into its system, making it easier to integrate, and they could fly the moth around the lab. And that was a huge step. And this is now 4 years ago that I was interviewing these scientists.
Now, just because it's been done doesn't mean that it was mass produced and replaced with all birds.
Birds aren't real.
I keep telling you guys that Josh used to own pigeons. I saw them with my own eyes. They were real. I saw
Bird stands for
the
just
hawk.
another
A hawk
government
got
drone.
to them. I saw. Okay, but
you mean a government tactical assault drone?
They just replaced.
I'm not saying that every bird. I'm not saying that every bird in the world is a drone, but I am saying that 99.9% of them are.
99.9. Okay, so then now do we need to start saying moths aren't real?
And apparently
are
rats.
Little drones. I mean, that just freaks me out that you could put it in the larva and then it hatches with it already integrated. That's just like fucking wild.
That is super wild.
And you imagine you can like fly the little bug into someone's house and then there's like poison at the end of it. You can assassinate someone. It's like in Dune. That takes in the first Dune.
That takes like being a fly on the wall to like a whole nother level.
Oh yeah. So what we're basically doing is creating the Animal Kingdom's version of the Borg, which I think is a really bad idea.
Don't make AI bears, please.
Okay. Oh my God. What if the AI gets in the bird drones? You guys. What if the AI takes over the bird drones and that's how we die?
That'd be a shit way to die.
Oh my God. I just,
and they just fly around and give you bird flu.
Oh my God. Stop.
Okay, I don't know what this is. I feel like this is another robot.
5 prisoners were kept in a sealed gas chamber for 30 days and given an experimental gas to keep them awake in what is known as the Russian sleep experiment. After 5 days, their conversations became darker, and one began screaming uncontrollably after 9 days. On the 15th day, they found 4 subjects had mutilated and disemboweled themselves, with one dead. They begged for the stimulant and exhibited extreme strength, and if they fell asleep, they would die. 3 were prepared to return to the chamber, but 1 fell asleep and died. The military ordered 3 researchers to be closed in with 2 remaining subjects. 1 researcher killed the commander and the mute subject, and the surviving subject said they were an inherent evil inside the human mind, kept in check by sleeping. The researcher shot him, and he muttered his final words, "So nearly free."
Real or just a creepypasta?
I don't know.
You dropped the word. I'm sorry. Don't say that I'm racist or countryist, whatever. But you dropped the word Russian in experiment, and I'm a quick believer.
Yeah, listen,
they're capable of anything.
I was like, yeah, they have. You have to remember that in other countries, there are other standards than what the 3 of us experience here in the United States, specifically Russia. They 100% are. Same thing with like North Korea. Like they just be doing whatever they want to whoever they want. Like there's no such thing as like rights or autonomy or like any of that kind of stuff. So like I'm kind of with you on this one, Brie. I am more too inclined to believe creepy things coming out of areas like that because it's just, I mean, on like percentage wise, it's just like logical.
It's absolutely terrifying. I would not want to be in that gas chamber, just the entire idea of it. So Vanessa says UFO no and drops the Wikipedia. So maybe it is. Who knows?
So yeah, there's a lot with the backstory of the Russian sleep deprivation thing. And I know the longest I've gone without sleep in the military was like 4 or 5 days. And really the worst thing that happened was like I saw bushes get up and run away.
I was like, yeah, you start to hallucinate at some point.
Yeah, you start to hallucinate. Yeah. And then when I finally did get to sleep, I slept for 24 hours. But...
yeah, of course. Yeah, because you have to reset your whole body. I feel like though, in all of human time, we have had to, as every country who has any type of science going on, have done some sort of experiments about sleep deprivation, whether that be military or like, not gross, Brie, like in a way, like, you know, they were like abusing the people, but like people do research on that kind of stuff. There's sleep studies and all that kind of stuff all the time. So I think that in some point in time, I'm sure America has done a sleep study, not in the same way that has, but it's like you're trying to figure out, like, you know, we're humans, but we don't know anything about like our species or ourselves really at the end of the day. Like we're constantly finding out new things and new information. So like, yeah, we want to see what the limits are to what our bodies could do, especially for the military, because then you know how long you can like leave them out there.
Yeah.
How fucked up. You're like,
true.
You're going out and yet no one's taking a nap.
Yeah, it's crazy.
We've done tests. You can last 3 weeks without a nap.
No, exactly.
Or sleeping at all.
Same thing with like food and water. They got to test all those things to like figure out what people's limits are.
It's really crazy to think of like just what sleep does for your body, as opposed to not sleeping and staying up for multiple days at a time. Not drug induced, but just because you're working and you have to do stuff. How much food plays into that, and drinking water, and like just having those essentials and nicotine keeps you awake enough that you can function and do things that normal people just can't do.
Yeah, they for sure would dope up the soldiers. Probably with some experimental thing though. You can't just like put them on cocaine or something, you know. Someone like me, give that to and I'm going to take a nap, you know. So you have to figure out what people, you know, if they already have ADD or whatever, you have to maneuver around that.
The Nazis used meth.
Yeah, they did.
I feel like I'd be cool on meth.
Just to
I don't think I'd freak out. I think I'd
meth is that like clean your house, you know.
Kept giving them the Adderall.
I think I'd be chill.
I was like, yeah, because you don't. Oh, actually, Bree, speaking of your Adderall, all the Adderall companies are in trouble because they have not been putting the active ingredients inside of the medication, and they're currently being sued, which is why there's a giant shortage.
You can't say that word.
What?
The one that Mostly Space just said.
Oh yeah, we can't say that word. We got the episode taken down.
It's all right. Maybe we'll have to start brewing batches ourselves. Keep us awake. My ADHD medication ran out. I'm gonna have to start making the chrome.
Your own. The chrome.
My own chrome. My own chrome. Why is everything chrome? Okay. I'm getting sidetracked. I don't think I played this one.
Cousin who is paranoid schizophrenic. All right. And I would go visit him from time to time. He had poetry and sayings and stuff written all over the wall. And I'm like, what is this? And he's like, well, at night when I'm home alone, the doctors come in through my window. They drop liquid acid in my ears and they knock me out. And then they start taking samples of my body. And after they leave, the love of my life comes and I can't communicate with her. So this is how I communicate with her. These are there for when she comes in to speak for me. And I'm like, oh, whoa. Shit. Yeah. So his windows are nailed shut to keep the doctors out. I'm like, how's that work? And he's like, it's not working.
Wow.
Dude.
What? I'm so confused.
I truly think that, and I feel like we might have had this discussion before, I sort of think that schizophrenia could be, you know, maybe not extreme cases, but I do think that they just actually see through more dimensions than we can see. And that's why there's always things talking to them and they see all kinds of other stuff happening. I think maybe it's just more of a third eye totally opened. We always talk about how, you know, there's a small amount of the full spectrum that we can see in our everyday lives. And there's like actually stuff here that we can't see. So imagine if the entire concept of reality are different dimensions stacked on top of each other and you just can't see through the other, but you're occupying the same space. And if you were able to see through that, it would be like millions of people around you all the time.
Yes and no. I feel like, unfortunately, though, like I get where you're going with it, but I think that that's a dangerous way to think about it too, because I think that there are probably people out there who aren't medicated and have that kind of psychosis going on, and
like,
then they
not
are
extreme.
Yeah, that's like, well, that's the thing. What's the fucking extreme line at what it is? But that's also like saying that people, I've heard, you know, people with ADHD or autistic people are like, you know, they could see things that like, you know, but I feel like that happens with any sort of mental illness. People start to just make up excuses for what it is or what it isn't. And I think that it could get dangerous at times when you go down those kind of paths.
There's so one of the issues that I have when we talk about mental health, and especially when we talk about like a chemical imbalance, like we say, well, this person has a chemical imbalance. And my biggest question of that is, what the fuck is the baseline? Like, what are you basing this off of? Because my theory is that most people are actually autistics. They fall somewhere on the spectrum.
1000%.
It is a fact that people with a higher than normal intelligence are more likely to be alcoholics than normal baseline intelligence, and people who are just fall below that. And the reason for that is because they see what is going on and they can understand what is going on, and it's fucking depressing.
Yeah, it weighs heavier on them. Yeah. And they lean towards just addicts, substance abuse and stuff like that. You're 1000% correct.
It blows my mind that having a clearer view of the reality that we live in makes you want to fucking not realize.
Well, it makes you want to distort it more. Yes, 1000%. Yeah.
So that's why I drink all the time.
Yeah, probably.
That's
but yeah, people who are more simple-minded aren't noticing those things. Here. Yeah, exactly. Or and it's you're 1000% true. It's 1000% true. But and I think you're onto something too. I think when we talk about mental illness, every fucking human being is mentally ill. All of us. There's not one person out there who doesn't have some sort of a mental illness. It's just about who goes to therapy and admits it and gets help and whatever for it. But there is no baseline for any of these things. It's not. It's just about you being in a self-aware place and being able to be okay and happy and not hurt or harm yourself or other people around you. So if you're having issues with those things, something needs to be taken care of.
Yeah. And it's there's even a thing as having too much therapy and you
for sure
wreck your brain, which is why I really like the idea of this is new in psychology, that you can microdose psychedelics and certain things, not to the point to where you see shit, but there is treatment where you can just reset your brain by microdosing. And
a lot of people are doing that right now.
I'm ill.
A lot of people, the microdosing thing is very big right now. Yes.
It's absolutely amazing, because I think I talked about this before, but they said there was a study that was done that people who microdose LSD, it cures alcoholism. Just one microdose can cure alcoholism for 6 months. And we don't even
psilocybin. Are you sure it was LSD?
It was LSD.
Do you remember that video we watched not that long ago where it was that old lady and they were like, what was it like to take LSD? And she's like, it changed my life. I think that it also works in that kind of way. I feel like when you're stuck and your brain can only go so far, doing something like that takes it to that next level that you were unable to do beforehand. And I think that we as humans have found ways to unlock those kind of keys and stuff like that. But unfortunately, I think that there's a lot of scrutiny around those types of things. And it's the institution built those, walls around it on purpose so that
it's crumbling.
Oh, for sure.
Now it's every day you hear more and more that doctors and scientists are.
You can literally order mushrooms, magic mushrooms, inside chocolate online, literally, and just get he's delivered to your door. It's not. There's also mushroom drinks. It's also completely legal in several states at this point. They've just we're fuck it, all drugs, go for it. Who cares?
But the bad side of that, so it's good in one way. It's good that they're descheduling these drugs, and I think they need to be descheduled on a federal level, but there needs to be a
psilocybin
medical application of these psychedelics.
Distribution.
Yeah. So not so that you can go out and go to the store, buy as much fucking DMT as you want and get blitzed out of your fucking mind and go into a rabbit hole and stay there and become homeless and become a, not that, but that you can go to a place and it's regulated for usage. Not that it's illegal, but it's regulated for usage so that you can just reset your brain, help with trauma, not create a new trauma, a new issue that makes your life worse, but that improves your life through the positive.
Whatever dose she had was too much. Too much. She got stuck.
Too much.
Stuck in La La Land.
She never left.
She never left. Yeah, for sure. She went on a trip and never came home.
The light being mantids.
I am all for decriminalization of all drugs.
Yeah, fuck it.
I don't like to tell people what they can and can't do.
That's what I agree with.
Unless you're murdering.
But unless you're harming other people, yeah, like do your business. Yeah, whatever.
I think it would be better. Honestly, it's been so long since I've taken acid. It sounds so nice right now. I could use a mental break. Maybe next month. Maybe in a month from, not from today.
Yeah,
maybe in a month and a half.
Yeah.
A month and a half, I will just be like, all right, you guys, I'm going on a mental vacation.
Cool.
Apparently, you can drop acid with your shrink in Europe. That's a vibe.
Does your shrink drop acid too?
Lovely. And then they're just like trip sit you probably.
I was like,
and
that's
then they're
what
probably
I would need, yeah.
like, go back to your childhood when your dad touched your knee.
Oh my god!
Wow, Brie.
I'm just saying.
So when I was in Peru, this is relevant. When I was in Peru, there was a lot of, when we were in Cusco, there was a lot of like touristy things for like ayahuasca tours. Mm-hmm. So you would go in there and they would guide you on an ayahuasca tour. And it's really big.
That I want to do. I would love to do that.
I wanted to, like, I really wanted to, but we weren't there.
If anything, I'll lose like 10 pounds because I'll be shitting and puking so much. You know what I mean? Like, if anything, I'll come out of there, like, you know what I mean? Like, with something.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I'm just like, let's look at it optimistically. Because, okay, historically, we all know that, like, I don't do drugs. But, like, one time I tried to do cocaine and it did nothing to me. And one time I tried to do Molly and it did nothing to me. So we know historically drugs aren't, like, my strong point. So I have to go into it with something or else it's just me shitting and throwing up.
It's also just what you get. I mean, I've
shit and throw up.
Honestly, it took me almost 5 times for, like, the ecstasy or the Molly hit me.
Yeah,
like,
see, I'm not trying to try drugs that many times.
And I was like, maybe I'm immune, and then nope.
See, I'm not trying to do drugs that many times. Wow. He's too hyper. Yeah, that's what I think too. That's what I'm convinced. I'm just.
It's not true.
My brain is fucked up.
Unless you just don't have any dopamine or serotonin built
maybe that's why I'm so depressed all the time.
Ooh. There you go.
Heyo.
Drinking too much depresso.
Because I drink so much depresso espresso. Brought to you by Starbucks.
We do have to throw in a damn UFO video in here.
Yeah,
which one do we want?
Bro. So much science.
Dude,
that's not that looks like, oh, it's going
Sacramento.
Oh my god. You keep that camera on it, man. That looks like it's like expanding. Oh, it is. Oh my gosh. It's getting a tail.
Oh, great camera.
It's expanding.
Perfect.
Keep your camera on it. No, it's shrinking into nothing. There's 2 of them. It's split into.
That did actually do 2.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Fuck! Don't wreck it. Joe. Safely. Where is it?
God, we cannot all be winners when we hold our phones.
No, we can't.
But you guys could barely see. There was a dot, and then there were 2
dots.
Yeah, 1 turned into 2. It's always a sign to me.
I'm gonna have to need more info that one, and would have to zoom in and look at it really closely to really, because at the beginning, all you're seeing is the camera out of focus, so it has kind of a glare around it, so it's hard to really see what's going on. And then at the end, you do see 2 things, and they're 2 little dots, but they aren't doing any of the 5 observables. They're not, So I'm not convinced. I wouldn't Guantanamo Bay someone over this.
Tony, can we see your mug again?
Can we see your mug again? There you go.
Guantanamo Bay.
I've been there. It's a lot of fun.
It's real relaxing, I hear. A lot of spas.
Free water, yeah.
It's very relaxing if you're white and you come from America.
Oh shit, son. My God, I don't even know where to begin. I'm sorry, I'm having a mental breakdown. Oh, this is awful. Why is this screen so small? It's not like totally big.
Oh my God. Okay. It's
this
just
our TikTok video. Is there a way to make it bigger?
Yeah. Hold on. Just stay. Don't remove your thing. I have to edit the layout. Hold on.
So we might have to watch that again because it's like it looks like he hands something balloons and he's like talking to it.
I was like, okay, yeah. So I've seen this
and then
video.
The balloons follow him.
I've seen this video, and what it is it's a security guard, and he's doing his night shift, and he said that he encountered 2 little kids who followed him around. And if you watch the video, you see these like balloons, like just kind of 2 balloons like floating, like 2 kids holding balloons floating behind it, but there's no kids on it. All right, you should be able to just see it in just 1 second.
Oh, yay. Yeah, let's leave it like that. Okay.
Oh, yeah, he gave the 2 kids balloons. And then see, he's like, yeah, they followed me.
I think he's radioing. He's like, there's some weird shit happening.
I've seen a few ghost videos like this where one was a security guard did a inpatient take-in for somebody at a hospital, and he's sitting there talking to the person. And another one was a similar situation, but the security people at the where all their screens
like
are,
the control room,
yeah, the control room. They go, "Hey, who are you talking to?" Because he's sitting there having a full conversation.
I know exactly what video you're talking about. Yeah, and he's like, the person right in front of me, and they're like, bro, there's nobody.
There's
in front
nobody
of you.
there, and like bolts, like fucking runs.
Mm-hmm.
So I, this is becoming a more common thing. I don't know why. Sometimes cameras catch ghosts, and sometimes they don't.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like those balloons, he clearly didn't tie him to his belt and start walking around because they were dropping down and everything else. And I'm going to give that a yes.
So here's my thing. I think that it could possibly be, listen, it could be real, but he could also just have like some fishing string on his legs and he's pulling it along as he's walking. I have no idea. So I'm going to say, I don't know on that one.
I agree. I've had a situation before you worked with me, Jamie, and then you brought me balloons to work.
Oh, yes.
Remember then I showed you pictures. Or maybe I even got it on video because she brought me balloons to work and I had them in the back room and then they ended up coming over to me and then like bouncing with me for like a while. And I was just like, what the fuck are you doing? It was so weird. So weird. All right, let's do a new one.
Balloons. Ooh. Sorry, my phone went off.
Are you recording me?
No, my phone, YouTube. I opened it and YouTube was on. And so
I guess technically I'm already, we're already recording.
What would I be recording? Literally.
What is this?
And seemed invisible to everyone around.
Do you guys remember the video I played of this guy in a different situation, a different scenario, and everyone's like, oh it's something
he was doing
hand.
Like the paper thingy? You're talking about that guy? Okay, yes.
It's another one. It's another one. I'm muting it. He's just out here trying to creep out the world.
the whole thing is just so strange. Literally.
I mean, I don't know. Could he be? Maybe he's an airbender.
Yo, Wizard Harry.
He could be. I feel like we should get a bunch of these videos like this and find somebody who's a magician and be like,
this is why EDM is a fun.
Oops. Ooh, what was that? Are you ready for the next one? Play it.
Yeah, I guess so.
This is why EDM is a fundamentally different genre than any other type of music. This is sine waves sweeping through sand, making these cool patterns, which we then translate into visuals. And then we tie that sound to those visuals, and it connects with you on a deeper level because it's reflecting reality in a way you've never experienced before. If we can show you this, then we can show you other parts. That's what we want to teach.
Is that true?
Okay, so I will say that there is like
what do you call that? Somatic.
Yeah, I was trying to think of the name of it. It's like when you hear like the sound wave pattern, like they play it on these sand plates and like it makes these certain shapes and things like that. And there's a name for it and I can't think of it. So like absolutely, but I guess we would have to like learn a bunch about like geometry and sacred geometry to figure out what the different shapes mean and like when you play them, what things come out. Like when country music plays, like what is that invoking, or you know, all the different things.
Ooh, yeah, there is. Why can't I remember it?
We will.
You will.
I tried to Google it, and instead of it came up Semitic. I was like, no,
this doesn't sound right.
No, that's not it. But yes, every sound registers some way, creates a little sacred geometry pattern. Well, I think it's sacred, I guess, but I don't think that it makes it any different with EDM unless it's just the light shows that are doing it, and they're saying like, because you know, not every other genre of music does like the crazy light shows and stuff. I don't know.
Oh my god, just triggered.
Oh my god, did you send this to me again?
I don't know, did I?
That
or
was
just playing it again.
No, it was multiply deleted. Multiply deleted.
Yes! I told you! Oh! Okay, I believe it!
Okay, I'm silencing them.
Oh,
you guys thought I was kidding.
The black dots.
The black dots. If anything, the audio to me is what's getting me. I like this. They're like, oh,
it is so
told
funny.
You. I believe you now.
It's so funny. It's like they're all tripping out. So I don't really see how they're 5 humanoid shapes. There's definitely 5 things in the sky.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is close enough for us to even have an opinion on this.
It doesn't. I like it. I'm intrigued. I'd love to know what's going on. It might probably just be drones, but I like it. I like how like I like the enthusiasm. A for effort. You know what I mean?
I love enthusiasm by people that never see shit, because then when they do, they just freak the fuck out.
Freak the fuck out. Freak.
And it is.
She's a freak.
It is so satisfying to me. This is blackness.
Ooh, okay.
This is dark.
In Seguin, Texas, on February 11th, we see our 3rd UAP sighting right here. We are in a different location than our home right now, but we're able to see the horizon, so we're able to see it before it goes behind the houses in the neighborhood. I've read your comments. I've got over 500,000 views on the first video. There's also a second video with the second sighting. This is the 3rd. And your comments have said that this is everything from an angel to
it's like green,
a Starlink satellite to just an airplane.
Oh,
so first of all, this thing is it's in our atmosphere. First of all,
just wait.
And I use the star map called Night Sky. It's a free app you can download. Use it and point your phone at a heading of 161 south.
So I did look at her other comments, and they're saying that it wasn't a star and it wasn't anything registered.
It's a star.
It didn't flash colors, though. It was just the same color.
Yeah, but it looked like a planet, or
it was it's like a planet, a star. It's like
There's
Venus.
Also,
or
what
something.
a lot of like UFOs look like too, though.
Yeah, sorry, that was just not convincing to me personally.
No, and to say, pull up your star map and look at 161 South. That works only for her exact location.
And in that exact time, because you have to remember that the stars move. So let's just start there. Like there was no way for us to verify what it was she was looking at unless she would have pulled up the app in real time and recorded it and showed us what it was. But to be honest with you, she could have been pointing it in any direction and we would have had no idea if it is what it was. So I'm with Swink McCloud here. Very Venus-y. Only because I, as somebody who is into UFOs and into watching the sky, one time when I was staying at Danielle's house out in the valley in California, in like the Modesto area, so it's like flat cowland, I thought I saw a UFO and I stared at it for like 10 minutes and it was a planet. And I was like, it's moving. No, it was a planet. I was just dumb.
No, and also when you stare at something for too long, if you stare at the stars for too long,
they start
jumbling around, and it's not that, it's your eyes. Your eyes have over focused. Remember when we did that, Jamie? Well, we realized we had just been staring at the same object for too long. We were like, fuck, no.
We're like, we can't. Let's take a break.
Yeah. So one of the things. Okay.
Can you go live and do a painting, please?
No.
So one of the things with land navigation is that depending on where you are, the map for land navigation tells you the delineation between map north and true north, and it can be upwards of several degrees. So if you if you're in Texas and you say, look at this heading, to somebody in Virginia, they're looking so far off away from what you're looking at, it doesn't even register as the same thing, because I think it's somewhere around 4 or 5 degrees between that from just true north.
But yes, that's true. Someone in her comments like, it's an angel.
It's an angel.
It's an angel. It's fucking maybe not, dude. Maybe not.
Maybe not. All right, we're ready for the next one.
Hold on. I feel like this I need to preview. Although it'll just play anyway. Forget it.
Yeah, just fucking
forget it.
Rip
I have never touched a sample of aerogel. You've never touched aerogel? Really? Always wanted. This will be a first for Adam Sandler.
It'll be a first for everybody.
Wait, can you pause? You guys know what aerogel is?
Isn't more than 99%.
Wait, okay, so what is going on?
Okay, so it is Adam Savage from Mythbusters, Neil deGrasse Tyson, and then his like co-host. I don't remember his co-host name. He's a comedian. His name's like Chuck or something. I don't know. Anyways, aerogel is what they put to insulate rockets because of how thin it is. Okay, so what you're gonna look at is they're gonna touch aerogel. And it literally looks like a fucking cloud. It's insane. So I wanted you guys to see this because now I'm making it a life goal to touch this.
I just want to touch it.
Listen, just air.
Okay.
Look at this. You can take it out of the box.
Look at that.
I said it's like a ghost.
It does look like a ghost.
Okay.
You brought it to
That's right. Hang on.
Look, okay, that is one of the coolest things I've ever seen.
It's like ghost.
It is.
It's actually solid. Right? It's not flexible.
Right.
And it's very brittle.
It is science cotton candy.
Don't eat it, Chuck. Okay, here you go. Here.
Yeah, what happens if you eat it?
That is.
I thought it was fake to it first.
That's.
I can feel it. You can pick it up. I trust you. It's like a ghost.
That is so like a ghost.
Casper were made of anything.
Casper
would be made of aerogel.
Casper were made of something. Oh, that is too cool.
Yeah.
That really is too cool, man.
It might be the lowest density solid stuff ever because it's not. I mean, it's
the music.
It's volume filling strands of molecules.
Is this how neutrinos talk about Earth?
Very good.
Thank you.
That was very good. Neutrino Earth is like transparent to Earth.
Isn't that crazy?
That is
Yeah.
great.
So this is aerogel.
He's gonna put it back into
That
the
is an
box.
incredible collection of aerogel.
So I am honored that I can show
so it just
Anthony
fell
that
back
I've
in?
touched before.
Nice.
And I show you some you didn't even know existed.
It's so true.
Aerogel is the most ghost-like solid substance.
He said
ever
spun
seen.
liquid molecules.
Yes.
Isn't that
And
what
it's
they
used
told
for
us
NASA. It
clouds
has
were?
many applications, but one of the ones that we care most about is you put that on a spacecraft, on a space probe, and as it flies through a comet's tail, particles of the comet enter the gel, and it slowly stops it so that it's intact by the time you bring it back and then analyze it. So among the many things you can do with it
It's
is
catch a comet's tail.
catch a comet's tail.
Nice.
It's like an air
highly
filter.
insulating properties. It's like
God,
Sounds like a
awesome.
perfect
Ever
ceiling
known.
to
And the
me.
way they make it is they have some polymer.
Oh
channel
God,
that
it's
they
with the
spin
flat
up,
earther.
and it's this
Yeah.
solid thing, but then they evaporate all the liquid, and what's left are the molecules that flesh out the volume that the liquid.
Is
wants
this
out.
what
Just
Musk
remind-
hid?
we got-
And
we
do
got
you
Adam
think
here
it's the
'cause he's gonna read
firmament?
books.
Let me know
We
in
would
the
have you anything
comments.
without the-
No, we don't think it's the
I
first.
don't think it's the firmament, and I didn't care about that, but I was just so fascinated by this aerogel, and now we need to find a way to touch it. I want to
touch it.
I need to see it.
I've never wanted to touch something so bad. Like
Right,
that gave me
right?
the
Also, shame on you because you were like, "Oh no, I gotta watch all your videos first." I've been some bangers today.
Yeah, Bree.
Yeah, I've had some bangers
Wow.
today.
Wow.
So don't be a hater so much.
Wow.
I'm not drinking the haterade, I promise.
Is it grape flavored? Because I hate
promise.
grape flavored. Oh, is it orange flavored? Hey.
All right, here's our last video of the day here.
Okay.
Teeny Tiny Mo, you are a little hoe.
Don't talk about your mom like that.
Wow.
Burn. Okay, I'm worried that this is gonna like really suck.
Oh, okay. Is it one of yours?
I don't know what it is.
What the fuck?
I told ya.
No fucking way.
They scared me.
They're coming for you, Tony.
Haha,
Tony.
Tony.
What the fuck is that?
It's like tripping out.
Get
Oh, now
the
it's like
fuck- that is not
beep,
Taylor
beep, beep, beep,
Swift.
beep.
That's not Taylor Swift.
That's so funny.
Facts.
In my Taylor Swift sweatshirt. All right.
I'm gonna have to
well,
say this is some type of searchlight with the way that
Yeah.
it's moving back and forth. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
unfortunately, I'm pretty sure that was a Taylor Swift concert. Like,
Yeah.
unfortunately, I think it was. And even like when it got brighter, it was just the thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Aw, I have to read this. This is so cute. As I sit here looking upon the streamers, I see these legendary people go, the Eater of Worlds, Destroyer of Hope.
Perfect way to describe. Oh, to cross her path is to beckon destruction.
The Pun Master, Jeanette Outwitters to show downfall. And the last one is E. MC squared, the Amish Butter Master.
Actually, that is 100% true because earlier today I told Tony he looks like a sunflower. And
Yes.
I always say people who are like Amish with their beard like that and the middle not connecting 100% look like sunflowers to me. So that was spot on. That was beautiful. Thank you.
No, I would like us to copy that and put that on a t-shirt.
A t-shirt. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm obsessed. I absolutely love that.
Actually, can you change that your bio to Goat Eater of Worlds, Destroyer of Hope, and to cross my path is to beckon destruction. That's what should be on Twitter.
Good
Joe
Lord.
5D says that AI must have written that.
See, immune.
Immune. I would say
I like it. I'll take it.
I feel like it's a poem to us.
That's
I
funny.
do too.
I like it.
I'm gonna adopt it as my new way of life.
Thank
Literally.
you. Thank you, Goro187 on the
Yeah, we love
Twitter.
you.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys, we're at the
I
end
do
of
have
our
a question
show.
for Bree.
Okay, yeah, shoot.
Bree, if you were blind, how would you let us know you wanted something to eat?
Goro said, "Do you dare consider my writings AI? I am as far beyond as AI as the daft writings of you random commenter." He apologizes. He says it was beautiful.
It was beautiful.
JK.
Is that the answer? I would just. Okay. Oh, did you just want me to do that? Was that the joke?
You guys know that I can't spell, right? I think maybe you guys think it's a joke when I say that I can't spell or read or pronounce things. It's real. It's real.
But banana is the easiest one because you just think of the song BANANAS, and then you just think of this. You're like, okay, forever know how to spell banana.
So Bree, if you were blind, that is how you would. That is how you would let us know you're hungry.
Yeah, I think it would sound like that. Like,
Jamie, if you were blind, how would you let us know you're hungry?
I'm hungry.
Yeah, but you probably can't. You probably can't.
You're blind, not deaf.
I'm blind, Bree. I just can't see. So Bree would definitely be one of the ones convinced that you took her to space, just so everybody knows we're on the same page.
I'm over here like.
She played right into it, Tony. You knew your audience well.
Very much.
Wow.
To be honest, it might still be the same. Blind or not, I probably would still be like.
That was a great thing to end on, Tony. Thank you. I really do appreciate that moment.
You're welcome.
I do want to say we love everybody here. Tomorrow is Friday at Cinco de Mayo. We will not be here, but we are doing a Tadiwaba rewind. I'll be in the chat so you guys can watch that because, again, there's a suspicious lack of shows on Fridays and Saturday nights, and Chad Smith is still missing.
Ooh.
I'm very concerned. I didn't know about this until Tuesday.
You should message him.
Can you do that? Yes.
Illuminati. Okay, we love you guys. We'll see y'all next week for Bobby's Cryptid Corner. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye,
see you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.